Hey guys, this is Ezzedine here from Raqmedia.com. In today's video, we talk about OpenAI's new AI-powered browser, a game changer, set to challenge Google Chrome's dominance. Welcome back. Imagine this, you're not just surfing the web, you're actually having a real conversation with your browser. OpenAI has just announced its own AI-powered web browser, and it's not just a minor update. It's a seismic shift in how we interact with the internet. Now, you might be wondering, what's so different about this one? Well, picture autofilling forms, booking flights, or just asking questions and having your browser do the heavy lifting. That's the reality we're heading into. Let's set the stage. For decades, browsers have been passive gateways, literally just windows. But what if the window could talk back, understand context, and act for you? We're witnessing a true paradigm shift. When I say AI-powered, I'm talking about real-time natural language processing and autonomous task execution, two technical terms that basically mean the browser understands you and takes action without manual clicking. Now, this isn't just hype. OpenAI's browser is built to change not just how we find information, but how we get things done. So, let's dig deeper and see what's really under the hood. By the way, have you ever wished your browser could just book your vacation by itself? Stay tuned because we're about to break down how that's actually possible. Let's dive into the technology that makes this browser tick and why it's so much more than just another Chrome clone. Alright, let's start with the basics. OpenAI's browser is built on Chromium. That's the same open source engine powering Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and even Brave. So what's the big deal? Well, Chromium is like the chassis of a carrot, gives you the basic frame. But what OpenAI is doing is swapping out the engine for a high-performance AI powerhouse. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't that just make it another Chrome copycat? Actually, no. Integrating an AI interface at the core means that instead of manually clicking through tabs or searching for info, you can just type or speak your intent and the browser gets it. Let me put it this way. Chromium provides the compatibility, meaning all your favorite extensions and websites still work. But OpenAI's browser layers in conversational AI and agent-based automation think of it like adding autopilot to your car, not just cruise control. The challenge? Balancing cutting-edge features with everyday stability. But here, the synergy between Chromium's reliability and OpenAI's AI smarts could be a game changer. So, the next time you open a tab, it might not just be a blank slate, it could be a co-pilot ready to help you get things done. Let's talk interfaces. Traditionally, browsing means typing URLs, clicking links, scrolling endlessly. But what if you could just ask, find me the cheapest flight to Paris next month, and your browser gets to work? That's the power of natural language interface and intent parsing, two technical terms that boil down to the browser understanding what you mean, not just what you type. I once spent an hour hunting for a good deal on hotel rooms. Imagine just saying, book me a 3-star hotel near the Louvre, and having it done in seconds. This isn't science fiction anymore. Of course, some skeptics might ask, can it really handle ambiguity? Great question. The AI's ability to clarify, ask follow-ups, and confirm details is where things get interesting. So, as we move toward chat-driven browsing, we're not just saving time, we're fundamentally rethinking how we interact with the web. Here's where things get radical. The new OpenAI browser isn't just about fetching information, it's about completing tasks for you. We call this agent-oriented automation and transactional workflows. Let's say you need to fill out a shipping form for online shopping. You say, fill in my shipping info, and the browser pulls from your saved data and does it for you. No more repetitive typing or copy-pasting. Now, you might ask, isn't this risky? What if it makes a mistake? Absolutely a valid concern. That's where user confirmation steps and contextual awareness come in. The AI checks with you before making irreversible decisions. This proactive approach is what sets it apart from traditional browsers. The conflict here is about trust. Do you let the AI handle important tasks? The resolution? A blend of autonomy and user oversight. So, browsing isn't just about reading anymore, it's about doing seamlessly and safely. Let's dig into the heart of innovation here, the operator model. In traditional browsers, you search, you click, you read. But with OpenAI's operator, the browser acts as an intelligent agent, orchestrating complex tasks on your behalf. This means you could say, order dinner, book a ride, and send a summary to my email, and the browser coordinates all of these through API integrations and multi-step reasoning to technical terms that mean the AI can talk to other apps and plan steps like a human assistant. Now, some listeners might wonder, isn't this just like smart assistants? Here's the twist. It's all within your browsing experience, not siloed in a separate app. The challenge is in making this seamless. If the operator fumbles or needs constant correction, the magic disappears. But early demos show promise is smooth, intuitive, and context-aware. So the operator model isn't just a gimmick, it's a new way to interact with the entire digital world right from your browser. Originally, OpenAI previewed these AI browser tools as research aids summarizing academic papers or pulling data. But now, we're seeing a leap toward real-world autonomy. We're talking about task orchestration and autonomous agents terms that mean the browser can handle multi-step, real-life jobs without constant supervision. Here's a quick story. I once juggled booking flights, searching for hotels, and comparing prices across 4 tabs. What if the browser just did all that, then showed me the best option? That's the future OpenAI is aiming for. The challenge? Making the leap from a tool that helps you to one that acts for you in high-stakes scenarios like payments or reservations. Reliability and transparency are key. If OpenAI can pull this off, it means less digital busywork, more time for what matters. OpenAI isn't alone in racing to reinvent the browser. We've got Comet, Perplexity, Brave, Arc, and others all pushing AI-first browsing. But what gives OpenAI an edge? Let's break it down. First, there's scale over 500 million weekly users on ChatGPT. Then there's data network effect and extension compatibility 2 terms, meaning OpenAI can leverage vast usage data and run all existing Chrome add-ons. Now, you might be thinking, isn't Google going to crush this? That's the conflict. Google dominates, but its ad-based model and slow innovation cycles could be weaknesses. OpenAI's approach is faster, more user-focused, and deeply integrated with AI. Of course, competition breeds innovation, so expect rapid evolution across the board. So, as users, we get a front row seat to a browser renaissance. The question is, who will lead and who will follow? A huge part of the AI browser's appeal is real-time data browsing. That means the AI can pull up to the second information, think flight prices, news updates, or live sports scores without manual refreshing. This is powered by data scraping and dynamic content parsing, which are fancy ways of saying the browser can read and understand changing web pages just like you do. But here's the catch: real-time access could disrupt how content creators monetize their work. If users get answers directly in the browser, why visit publisher sites at all? That's the conflict convenience for users versus potential revenue loss for publishers. The industry's still working on a resolution with ideas like paywalls, licensing deals, or new ad models. So while real-time data boosts our experience, it raises tough questions about the future of free content online. Let's zoom in on the economics. When your browser summarizes an article, who gets the credit and the cash? This is the publisher compensation dilemma and content attribution challenge. Think about it. If the AI gives you the answer without you clicking through, publishers lose out on ad revenue and engagement metrics. That's a big deal for sites that rely on page views to survive. Now, you might ask, will AI browsers kill journalism? The truth is, we're in uncharted territory. Some propose micropayments or licensing fees. Imagine paying a few cents for each summary you read automatically. But for now, there's no universal solution. The resolution may lie in new partnerships and smarter revenue sharing between AI platforms and publishers. So, next time your browser answers a question instantly, remember, there's a whole ecosystem behind that convenience, all trying to adapt. We've covered a lot today, from technical breakthroughs to ethical dilemmas. But here's the real question. Are you ready to leave Chrome or Safari behind and embrace an AI-first browser? Let's recap. With natural language processing and agent-based automation, browsers are becoming more than tools, they're digital partners. That means less busy work, more productivity, and yes, a learning curve. You might be thinking, what about privacy? What about control? Those are valid concerns. AI browsers must be transparent, secure, and give users the final say. The technology's promising, but adoption depends on trust. So let me ask, are you ready for a browser that does more than browse? Or will you stick to what you know, at least for now? Drop a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for tuning in to Raqmedia. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and podcast series on Spotify to stay updated with the latest from the world of tech. Till then, stay curious and stay techie. Peace.